Hello everyone, in this video I want to talk about sharing topology. This is something we needed when we have multiple bodies that they have common faces together, like for example these co-center cylinders that they have common uh, faces together, so it's like a contacting each other. So we need to, if we want to have conformal mesh, then we need to have the same mesh on the interfaces between them. When we have very large model like this one, as you can see, which we have hundreds of these bodies together, then the time for sharing topology is really some things that we need to take care about, that when we have, say for example, thousands of faces or edges that needs to be shared between contacting bodies. So one way to speed up the share topology here is that you come to the setting and work with rendering quality here that you can see. So usually it is set at 5, that it basically it is mostly for showing the showing you the roundness of the faces, circular faces, and curvature, just display curvature of the edges. If I go for lower quality, you can see that instead of a fully rounded edges or faces, we have some little bit edges on that. It's like a piecewise that put it together to make the curve, and the lowest one, it is 1. In this video I want to show you that where we working with rendering quality, this is one way that we can reduce the time for sharing topology. So let's start with rendering quality of 1, and back to the large model that here we have. Be sure that here, as you can see, the same very low rendering quality set at 1, and go for sharing topology. So you can see that many of these bodies are here. Let's go and start sharing topology. I will measure the time for that, and I will report the time for different sharing topology. I mean for different rendering quality when share the topology. Record the time for different rendering quality. So let's go for sharing topology and start. So it is doing the share topology. As I said, this model has many faces and edges that needs to be shared among these bodies. So as you can see, it shared about 2000 faces and above 3000 edges, and the time for that is is about 42-43 minutes seconds. So let's go for uh, first on share. You can see where we shared. Okay, we already shared. Now we unshare that and change the rendering quality to 5, which is the default value. See that we have much better curvature for the edges and roundness for the circular faces. And do the share topology again. So this is set to 5. Let's start. So it is longer, about 47 46 46 second. So previous one was like 42 seconds, and you can see the share topology. Okay, some of them not share still. So let's again unshare it and redo it again, and go with the highest rendering quality, which is 7. So this is the best graphics display that we can have for the curved parts, say for example. And let's start sharing. This is sharing topology with the highest rendering quality set at 7. We got close results, almost 46, 47. So if we compare the time when we change the sharing topology, when we change the rendering quality for graphics display, it could save time for this specific model up to 10%, which is very good. And for the other models, when we have more and more bodies with thousands of uh, edges and faces that needed to be shared topology for the meshing, then we can see that even 10%, 20%, some things that really can save a lot of the time. Here I have another model as you can see that it is like a building blocks that attach together. It is a massive model that I can tell you that we have uh, we have 7,400 bodies. So for this one, sharing topology, it is something is also important, if we can speed it up or not. And I so we have here uh, thousands of the thousands of the faces to be shared between the bodies, and also tens of thousands ages to be shared when we do the shared topology. Let's see if rendering quality is important here. So it is just one, the lowest rendering quality. Uh, let's go and check that, be sure that nothing shared before. So you can see that how many thousands of the faces and tens of thousands of the edges. Unshare everything, and then we can do the shared topology. Because it is a very big model with thousands of the bodies and faces to be shared, and tens of thousands of ages, as you can see here. Okay, so it takes time. Okay, so let's start uh, sharing topology. I expected it takes minutes to finish sharing topology, so it may take a while. Then maybe I can stop the video here and then back to you when it's almost done. It is still ongoing. So as you can see, it's done, uh, and when we check that, you can see that above 8,000, almost 8,300 faces, and about 73,000 of ages. So 8,000 faces, 70,000 ages almost. So it is an example that when we have very large model, uh, maybe the rendering quality that can help. So uh, the time is like a bit above 2.5 minutes, not much long time. Let's go and check for now the highest rendering quality. So I again unshare. So we undo the sharing topology. Click to complete unsharing. So as you can see, be unshared everything's. And now go and change the rendering quality to the highest value, 7. It will take a while to finish the display setup. And let's start the sharing again. Again, it will take some minutes to finish sharing topology. I will stop the video and then I'll back while it is finishing. Still ongoing. So we almost got very similar time for sharing the topology, although it is very large model. And one reason is that uh, if you check that we don't have any curvature or any specific things that graphics for the display is really affected the time for showing the body, the curved boundaries or circular faces or whatever. We don't have any of things here. So if you look at this building block that I made the large model for that, you can see that we only have flat faces, okay, and straight edges. And if you check the rendering quality, it is 7. If I change it to the lowest value, which is 1, we really don't notice any changes here to the graphic display. And so the effect of lowering rendering quality here is minimal for such kind of model. So this is something to think about that, but we already showed that rendering quality could be effective in reducing the time for sharing topology when we have many curved boundaries that these are common with the bodies of that which are in contact. And then we can use that way. This is a way to accelerate the sharing topology. Thank you very much for watching this video.